I'm Nohelani Graf, and we want to thank you for joining us for the Valley's only 11 o'clock newscast. We do start this hour with breaking details just coming into our newsroom. Arizona Cardinals head football coach Cliff Kingsbury fired, coming off the final game of the season and another loss. And it doesn't end there. General Manager Steve Keim resigning, citing health reasons. ABC 15 Sports Director Craig Fouhy is live at State Farm Stadium with all the details. Craig, we got to start with Coach Kingsbury because he just re-signed a new contract. As we get down to the wire and you work to fill out your ballot or get ready to do it in person, something to think about as you're researching the candidates and the issues. A new study shows that most Americans are not confident that they can spot election misinformation.
Let me tell you, there is no way that those fire lines did not extend even just in the last hour. The winds and the gusts have really picked up. At times, you really have to steady yourself. You can see if you pick up any of this dry brush, it just blows so easily as those trees bend in the wind. And what that has also done is taken this fire and that plume of smoke and stretched it so you can trace it back to where it starts in the foothills of the mountains here.
Coverage on this now with ABC 15 meteorologist Iris Hermosillo. Iris, we've seen weather cause flights to be grounded here in the Valley, particularly during monsoon, and there were advisories in effect as that flight made its final approach to Hawaii. We do have a breaking traffic alert for you at this hour. The US 93 is closed in the southbound direction near Wickenburg because of a crash. If you know this route and you know anyone who's heading back to the Valley from Las Vegas, this could impact their travel. I will show you what the rest of that forecast looks like as we continue to track snow and then the freeze warnings that go into effect tonight as our temperatures plummet. So in the meantime, we want to bring in our Megan Thompson, who is tracking the roads for us on this Tuesday morning. Heater on high this morning, seat warmers if you got them,
Ooh, lucky.
and just something warm in that cup, whether you have time to go stop in the drive-thru or do it yourself.
You know, I continue to just avoid the heater at all costs, and I've just
layer
after layer.
I don't know how at this point.
I got into the car this morning, I had a long sleeve on and a sweatshirt.
Could you see your breath in the car? Because if you didn't this morning, you might tomorrow. And Craig, it's going to be really interesting when we hear from fans too, right? The other voices in this. I was at that home game when they lost to the Eagles, and there were people literally screaming in the parking lot for Kingsbury's job, but he also has a lot of fans who kind of were going, we all have bad seasons in the game, don't we? So it'll be interesting to hear from them as well.
Well, it will, Nohelani, because here's the thing with this decision.
Right, now the season's over. He gets to take some time off and decide where he fits into all the pieces of all the other coaches looking for jobs too. All right, Coach, we'll check in with you again as these details unfold, and we appreciate you. In the meantime, Cardinals did end up falling to the 49ers yesterday, 38-13. Are your own officers reporting them? There were other officers there who were not appearing to be aggressive. Would they have reported their fellow officers? Well, a lot of you have continued to reach out to us because you're keeping tabs on it. We could have a decision as early as today on the rideshare programs at Sky Harbor Airport. The city actually sending a letter to the Arizona Attorney General's office trying to make its case for imposing the fees that are at the heart of this controversy. But the real question here, is it a fee or is it a tax? We know it was a big weekend for a lot of families. It was graduation weekend in my house, and I know we're not alone, and the parties to boot, so we hope that you enjoyed every second, and we appreciate you starting your new work week off with us. Really simply, if you've got a smartphone or a tablet, it starts like this. Go to your settings, then go to General, go to Restrictions, set a password, don't share it with your kids. Once you're in there, you can block them from using things like Safari. Mesa Police say that's the first thing. Don't let them use the camera so they can't send photos to people while you're not home. You can even block them from installing apps or deleting apps if they find a workaround. Right now, migrants are waiting to get into the United States as Title 42 was supposed to end tomorrow. You're taking a look at drone video that shows those long, seemingly never-ending lines. I was there, and I've been scrolling through my social media and seeing a lot of you were out there as well. If that's happening to you, though, you weren't there and you got a bit of FOMO, you should know that tickets are still available. But anyone heading to the downtown area this weekend, especially in the evening hours, should expect a lot of traffic. Like, that's where you should be betting your money now, is wondering when we'll finally have a Powerball winner. $2 billion.
And here's the thing, you do. Billion. You get a chance to buy yours. If any of you procrastinated or things just came up and you couldn't do it, you get a chance.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
She went,
Keep the hope alive.